Training a service dog is not just about teaching commands, it's about building a reliable partnership based on trust, consistency, and purpose. For beginners, this process can feel overwhelming, but when broken down into clear steps, it becomes achievable and deeply rewarding. In this first part of the Ultimate Service Dog Training Guide, we'll focus on the foundational knowledge every beginner must understand before moving on to advanced skills. First, it's important to understand what a service dog truly is. A service dog is not a pet, emotional support animal, or therapy dog. A service dog is specially trained to perform specific tasks that mitigate a handler's disability. These tasks can include guiding a visually impaired handler, alerting to medical conditions such as seizures or low blood sugar, providing mobility support, or grounding someone with PTSD during anxiety episodes. Every training choice should align with this purpose. Next comes choosing the right dog. While many breeds can succeed as service dogs, temperament matters more than breed. A successful service dog candidate should be calm, confident, eager to learn, non-aggressive, and able to ignore distractions. Puppies between 8 and 12 weeks are ideal for starting training, but adult dogs with the right temperament can also succeed. Avoid dogs that show extreme fear, aggression, or high reactivity, as these traits are difficult to reverse for service work. Once your dog is selected, the foundation begins with bonding and trust building. Spend quality time together through gentle play, hand-feeding meals, and calm daily routines. Your dog needs to see you as a source of safety and leadership. This emotional connection makes training far more effective and helps your dog remain focused in stressful environments later on. The next essential step is basic obedience training, which is the backbone of all service dog work. Commands like sit, stay, down, come, heel, and leave it must be mastered before task training begins. These behaviors should be reliable not just at home, but gradually in distracting environments as well. Consistency is key. Use the same words, tone, and expectations every time. Positive reinforcement such as treats, praise, or toys encourages faster learning and builds enthusiasm. Equally important is house manners and impulse control. A service dog must remain calm indoors and outdoors. This includes no jumping on people, no excessive barking, no pulling on the leash, and no begging for food. Teaching your dog to settle quietly beside you is one of the most valuable beginner skills. Start by rewarding calm behavior and ignoring attention-seeking actions. Another major pillar of beginner service dog training is socialization. Proper socialization does not mean allowing everyone to pet your dog. It means exposing your dog to different environments, sounds, surfaces, people, and situations while teaching them to remain neutral and focused on you. Elevators, traffic noises, shopping carts, crowds, and other animals should all become normal experiences. Early exposure builds confidence and prevents fear-based reactions later in life. Finally, beginners must understand handler responsibility and patience. Service dog training takes months, often years, to reach full reliability. Rushing the process creates mistakes and burnout. Training sessions should be short, positive, and frequent. End sessions on a success, even if it's something small. A calm handler creates a calm dog. Now that your dog has a solid foundation in basic obedience, manners, and socialization, it's time to move into the next critical phase of service dog training: public access skills and advanced obedience. This stage transforms a well-behaved dog into a reliable service partner, capable of working calmly and confidently in real-world environments. The first key concept in Part 2 is proofing behaviors. Proofing means ensuring your dog can perform commands anywhere, not just at home. A service dog must respond consistently despite distractions, such as loud noises, food on the ground, other animals, crowds, or sudden movements. Start by practicing known commands in slightly more distracting environments, like your yard or a quiet park, before progressing to busy public spaces. Gradual exposure prevents stress and builds confidence. One of the most important public access skills is loose leash walking and proper heel position. Your dog should walk calmly beside you without pulling, lunging, or lagging behind. Begin in low distraction environments and reward your dog frequently for maintaining position. If your dog pulls, stop walking immediately and wait for the leash to slacken before continuing. This teaches that calm walking is the only way forward. Next comes neutral behavior in public. A service dog must ignore strangers, other dogs, children, dropped food, shopping carts, and noises. This neutrality is often misunderstood by beginners. A service dog does not greet, sniff, or seek attention while working. To train this, practice leave it extensively and reward your dog for choosing to focus on you instead of distractions. Eye contact exercises and focus games are extremely valuable at this stage. Another critical skill is loose leash walking and hand feeding practice. Your dog should walk calmly beside you without pulling or lunging, and be tolerant of being handled and fed by strangers politely. Begin in low distraction environments and reward your dog for maintaining position. If your dog pulls, stop walking immediately and wait for the leash to slacken before continuing. This teaches that calm walking is the only way forward. Next comes neutral behavior in public. A service dog must ignore strangers, other dogs, children, dropped food, shopping carts, and noises. This neutrality is often misunderstood by beginners. A service dog does not greet, sniff, or seek attention while working. To train this, practice leave it extensively and reward your dog for choosing to focus on you instead of distractions. Eye contact exercises and focus games are extremely valuable at this stage. Another critical skill is settling in public spaces. Whether in a restaurant, waiting room, bus, or office, your service dog must be able to lie down quietly for extended periods. Start by teaching a reliable downstay at home, then slowly increase duration and distractions. Reward calm behavior randomly to reinforce the idea that patience is part of the job. At this stage, you'll also begin environment-specific training. Introduce your dog to elevators, escalators, if safe, stairs, automatic doors, tiled floors, slippery surfaces, and tight spaces. Allow your dog to explore at their own pace, rewarding confidence and calmness. Never force your dog into a situation. Fear learned now can surface later as anxiety or refusal. Equally important is handling skills. A service dog must tolerate being touched accidentally, stepped near, or brushed by objects like bags or carts. Practice gently touching paws, tail, ears, and collar while rewarding calmness. This prepares your dog for the unpredictability of public environments and reduces stress reactions. Another major component of Part 2 is duration and reliability. Begin lengthening training sessions and working periods gradually. A beginner mistake is expecting a dog to work for hours without preparation. Build endurance slowly, short outings at first, then longer trips. Always end on a positive note to keep your dog motivated. You should also begin introducing the concept of a working mode. This can be a harness, vest, or a specific collar that signals to your dog that it's time to focus. Over time, your dog will learn to associate this gear with calm behavior and task readiness. Consistency here makes transitions between work and rest much easier. Finally, remember that regression is normal. Dogs may have off days, distractions may suddenly become challenging again, or progress may feel slow. This does not mean failure, it's part of learning. Stay patient, keep sessions positive, and adjust difficulty when needed. In this final part of the Ultimate Service Dog Training Guide, we move into the most important and defining phase, task training and long-term reliability. This stage is where your dog truly becomes a service dog by learning specific tasks that directly assist with a disability. Everything taught in Part 1 and Part 2 now comes together. The first step in Part 3 is identifying the exact tasks your service dog needs to perform. Tasks must be directly related to mitigating a disability, not just general good behavior. Examples include retrieving dropped items, opening or closing doors, interrupting panic attacks, alerting to seizures or blood sugar changes, providing balance support, guiding through crowds, or applying deep pressure therapy. Each dog does not need dozens of tasks, just a few reliable, well-trained ones that make daily life easier. Once tasks are identified, begin breaking each task into small, teachable steps. For example, if teaching item retrieval, start by rewarding your dog for touching an object, then picking it up, then holding it, and finally delivering it to your hand. Shaping behaviors in small stages prevents confusion and keeps training positive. Never rush a task. Accuracy matters more than speed. Positive reinforcement remains essential at this level, but rewards should now be strategic and varied. Gradually fade food rewards by replacing them with praise, toys, or real-life rewards such as access to movement or interaction. A service dog must perform tasks even when treats are not visible. This is where consistency and repetition create reliability. Next comes task generalization. A task that works perfectly at home must work in public, under stress, and in unfamiliar environments. Practice tasks in multiple locations: inside, outside, stores, parking lots, quiet spaces, and crowded areas. The goal is for your dog to understand that the task applies everywhere, not just during training sessions. Another crucial element is handler-dog communication. Your dog should respond to both verbal and subtle physical cues. Many service dogs work with minimal commands, reacting instead to changes in breathing, posture, or body language. Start pairing tasks with real-life cues early so responses become automatic rather than forced. At this stage, you must also focus on stress management and burnout prevention. Service dog work is demanding. Ensure your dog has off-duty time to relax, play, and simply be a dog. Overworking leads to shutdowns, mistakes, or emotional fatigue. A happy service dog is a reliable service dog. Health and grooming also become part of training success. Maintain regular vet checkups, proper nutrition, nail trimming, coat care, and physical conditioning. A dog in discomfort cannot perform consistently. Mental stimulation through puzzle toys and varied routines keeps skills sharp and enthusiasm high. Another major responsibility is public access readiness and behavior maintenance. Even after successful training, skills must be reinforced regularly. Revisit obedience, focus exercises, and settling skills often. Training never truly ends. It evolves into maintenance. Small refreshers prevent bad habits from returning. Finally, understand that not every dog completes service training, and that is okay. Some dogs excel in training but struggle with long-term public stress. This is not failure, it is honesty and responsibility. A true service dog must enjoy the work, not just tolerate it.